pitch now. He replaces the try scorer at the start of this second half, Usuzuki. Ten minutes to go. Second round next Saturday, by the way. Double header in Suva. Tournament moving to Fiji. Japan against Tonga, Samoa against Fiji. And then the final round of matches a week on Wednesday. Japan against Fiji, Samoa against Tonga. And that will be this year's IRB Pacific Nations Cup. Both sides have a couple of friendlies before the World Cup, so it'll be time to start to think about paring down selections for their final squad for New Zealand. Busy time for players and coaches.
Won't be much cooler in Fiji either, will it?
This is Tanaka. Despite the closeness of the conditions here this evening, trying to inject some pace, continuing to try and inject some pace into Japan's engine. Hisatora Hiroshima, the loose head prop, doing some burrowing work. Taken on by Webb, who does very well. Webb charging through. These are the positions they have to score from. They're not going to score from them here, or perhaps they are. The ball is still loose, and well, the ball was lost forward by Samoa. But there have been a number of occasions, Jamie, where you thought Japan have to score and they've blown it.
Brilliant move. Brilliant break by Webb. Did the hard work, but once he gets through, he never looked for support. He never changed his line. It's a great little, loop round. Look at the acres he's got there. Look at the support to the left. Never looks left. Never looks right. There's a player right there. Never even looked at him. But hey, look who made the tackle. The debutant fullback, Tulialu. He can do that as well. But it was poor play from Webb once he got through. Once he got through, he had options either side, but never ever looked like making a pass.
There are so many areas of the match that John Kerwin will be poring over when he looks at the DVD again. Perhaps tonight, when he gets home. But there'll certainly be big debates tomorrow about the ability to finish off those opportunities. They've had two in this second half, and they have missed both of them.
Well, I suspect Japan will spend 10 minutes in the Samoan 22 this half, which is an age. I don't think Samoa spent any time in the 22 of Japan this half. So pressure into points is crucial.
Halani gets the ball away from the base of that scrum. This is Yuta Imamori, the outside centre. Taken on by Itoru Taniguchi, who's just come on. Onozawa tries to twist away. It's a real test of Samoa's defence at the moment, and for the time being, through Anthony Peronisi there, holding firm. They're coming back for the penalty. I wonder was there a little bit of interference at that breakdown. Either way, Japan will have the penalty, and Atsushi Hiwasha busying himself.
Well, again, indecision on what's happening. Now they're going for a scrum. They've gone for line-outs twice before, but now they think they can get a settled scrum to get some decent ball.
Yes, we've been not entirely impressed by Sean Webb this evening. Worth saying that their World Cup build-up thrown awry by a slightly unusual curveball. Their other number 10, Raiheyu Yamanaka, was set to play in the World Cup, but he looks like he's going to miss it after testing positive for a steroid he inadvertently took while trying to grow a moustache.
Well, excuses are getting better.
Let's see what they can do from this latest position. Nicholas again bursting, or trying to burst through midfield. Taken on by Thompson, Luke Thompson, the Kiwi in the second row. This is Kikutani. Hiwasa, the replacement scrum half, struggling to get the ball away at the moment. Such is the ferocity of Samoa's defensive effort. Mulipola, the latest to come over the top, and I think he did it illegally.
Well, went to ground, didn't stay on his feet, is what the referee Keith Brown is saying. Japan a bit lucky there. They were lacking in numbers somewhat. And one of Samoa's great strength is their physicality at the breakdown and the weight advantage that they've got.
Yes, poor old Yamanaka put this hair growth cream on his face only to discover that it had a banned steroid in it. I mean, it would be amusing if the implications weren't quite so serious.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Movember's a very good idea, but you shouldn't take it that seriously.
But to be honest with you, I presume he's a professional rugby player. I know a lot of these, some of these players aren't, but you know, professional rugby players certainly haven't got any excuse, because there's a club doctor there all the time, physio, saying, can I take this? All you're going to do is say, can I take this? End of.
He didn't, and he shouldn't have done, and he's probably going to miss the World Cup, which means that there's even more pressure on the likes of Sean Webb, the New Zealander turned Japanese.
And there's pressure on Aoki's throwing in this evening, because that was an appalling throw. You couldn't blame the teamwork of the guys in the line out. Samoa are quite happy just seeing out this game, it appears. Japan is spending many minutes in their own 22, but they can't force another score. It must be some time since Uzuki scored that try. Aoki now has to find his man this time, because otherwise I can see him not seeing out this. Oh, he's missed him again.
Ball taken on by Filippo Levi. This is where Samoa have been at their most dangerous. They've scored their tries on sharp counter-attacks, and here they go again. This is the impressive fullback James Surialo on his debut. I'm sure he's done enough to have coach Fuima Anu Tafua looking at him again as this tournament wears on, despite the fact that Paul Williams is in the squad.
Who's hugely experienced, isn't he?
They were picked from depth ahead of the World Cup, particularly if players like Surialo continue to come through. This is Tuifua, who's also impressed. What a day he's had, the marauding number 8. Tasea Lavea, although he's on his way to sail in the Premiership next season. That's his contribution to the piece. Here he is. It's a clever little kick. It's going to put Japan's defence under lots of pressure, because the chase from Aisua was a decent one. And in the end, they were happy just to scramble to touch. Time ticking away for them. Samoa leading comfortably here. Former Claremont and Auckland Blues fly half.
Well, the respective coaches will, as ever, have lots of +4. Here we go. I thought he might not last long. Aoki,
I'm surprised he's lasted this long, to be honest.
It's not quite the ultimate insult, being a Japanese throw as well, but John Cohen's had enough.
T. Paolo, on the other hand, does find his man. Not entirely sure what Takeshi Kizu can do in the 3 minutes that are remaining. He might not even get a line out to throw into. But John Cohen finally does give Yusuke Aoki the shepherd's crook. Here goes his Samoan counterpart. This is Aisua. Pola. Anthony Peronisi, he's putting in the full shift for the tight head prop.
He is,
and he wins the penalty.
Yeah, he's not rolling away, the Japanese player. And Samoa have seen out a lot of pressure this half. They've been in their 22 for long periods of it. They've not panicked. They've kept their defensive qualities. And Japan will be very disappointed only to score, what is it, 7 points this half, haven't they? They've only got that one try converted.
Yeah.
Nothing else to show for huge territorial advantage. And as I say, Samoa are very happy to kick this down the line and walk, amble. I'm not sure it's even a stroll, to be honest with you. Such is the tiredness of a number of these players who have done the full 80 minutes, as they bring on their replacement hooker as well, who will have a throw.
Ole Avei finds Dan Leo, slaps down to the replacement scrum half Uli Mai. Samoa still coming strongly from depth as well. That was a terrific run. Mai trying to find some space that he usually works so well in on the sevens game. Dan Leo with a rather hopeful pass back inside, which was snaffled by Nicholas, and is there to be one final hurrah from the Japanese before the big hooter?
No, because they've knocked it on again. Playing advantage, referee. Samoa got a great chance to final nail job.
This is Mapasua, who has worked well in midfield. Wondered how much Samoa might long-term miss the availability of Manu Tuolangi, who's opted to play for England. But they don't have bad players. Eliota Fuimana Sapolu not included today. They do have options. This is Leo. Flicked out the back of his hand, picked up by Avei, and then picked up by the Japanese through the skipper. Kikutani is there to be. One final big cheer for the home fans. Kicked forward rather aimlessly. Lots of red shirts there, but the ball was knocked on, and we will have the Samoan scrum, if there's time, on the watch of the referee Keith Brown.
Well, it wasn't quite one last hurrah. Very scrappy the last couple of minutes. Very tired players from both sides. Samoa have taken their chances brilliantly, and they must be favourites, I would have thought, to retain this title this year. And they've come to Tokyo and done a pretty good job on Japan. Japan will be bitterly disappointed that they haven't turned the territory into points. Really disappointed, and conceded a couple of soft tries, really. But, you know, I tell you what, rather than having a water break now, ref, blow the final whistle.
Do it at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you do worry a little bit for Japan. They've got 4 matches left after this one to finalise their World Cup plans. 2 more games in this tournament. They play Tonga next weekend in Suva, finish off against Fiji, and then a couple of warm-ups with John Kerwin's old team, Italy first up, then the USA. But September the 10th and the opening match of their World Cup against the French in North Harbour must be looming rather ominously at the moment. Not the encouraging performance that they had against the Samoans 12 months ago. And Samoa happily through one of their players of the match, James Soyalu, to hoof it into touch. It's been the Samoans' evening, and John Kerwin wanders off with a little bit to think about, Jamie.
He certainly does. They've got to fly south now to Fiji to play their last 2 remaining games. He'll want some more clinical finishing amongst his side. Samoa, as we just said, will be tough to beat. They look a pretty good, competitive and settled squad.
They really do. Final score in Tokyo. It's gone the way of the Samoans by 34 points to 15.